Hello and welcome to another edition of French Ear Trumpet. I'm Andy from AJ in France, joined as usual by Colin from French Countryside Life. And we come together quite often, about once a week, 2 weeks sometimes, depending on what we're doing.
Every now and again.
Every now and again, but we just talk about things we find interesting, French related or otherwise. And sometimes we have guests on. Now, this episode, we don't have a guest on, but we had actually booked one, and it would have been super interesting. We've got a guest coming on who's an architect. He's a British architect, but he works in France, fully qualified in France, and we're going to ask him loads of questions. But if you've got any questions you want to ask an architect, put them
Mm.
in the comments on this video, and we'll put them to him when he comes on, hopefully next week.
Yeah,
So
because previous to pressing the record button, Andy and I were just talking about a property that I had looked at, or we had looked at, and there's not really enough storage space, which is one of the drawbacks of downsizing. You have to get a smaller house. So I know, who knew? And so I was under the impression that if you put a like a temporary structure up. So when I say temporary, I mean you're able to take it down, like a wooden frame structure. That you wouldn't need planning permission, but I was completely wrong. So that will be something that we'll cover um, when when the chatty
comes on.
comes
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I mean, it's around surface area. Everything is done property wise on surface area, actually. It's
Mm.
quite interesting. So above a certain surface area, so something really small, like your tiki bar, for example, probably
Mm.
okay. Anything outside of that. So they account for things like chicken runs or
Yeah.
chicken
Yeah.
huts and
Yeah.
animal huts and stuff like that, and small sheds. But after that, whatever it is, you need to declare it.
Yeah. So about the tiki bar now. If you don't know what we're talking about, kind of look at French
Oh,
Countryside Life. You'll see me.
I can vouch for it. It's impressive,
Um,
absolutely impressive.
yeah, go back and look at French Countryside Life. You see the full build from start to finish.
Oh, it's
Now that was on exactly the same footprint as the greenhouse that was there before. So I just thought, well, because it's on the same footprint, and it's virtually the same size, it won't need planning permission or it won't need anything. But judging by what we've just been talking about, I may be mistaken in that.
I don't know. We don't.
So
This is
that's
probably a
something.
question we're going to
Yeah,
ask, and I
yeah,
think there's plenty of people who've thrown things up and don't know if they do need planning, they don't need
yeah,
planning, and it's going to be a really good episode. And the rules are so different here to
yeah.
UK, and I don't even know how it works in the US. I'm assuming it's similar. You need permission for most things, I would think, because you can't even do wiring in your own house in America, I think.
Is that right? I didn't know that. Yeah,
Well, it's the United States, so each state is different
yeah.
on what permit you need to do what. But
No, there's some video shorts that I've watched on YouTube where the guys go around and cut people's grass for free. You
I've
know,
seen those, yeah.
yeah. And there's been a rash of them lately where um, the people that did the grass cutting have got in trouble because the house associations only let a like a registered contractor do it. So
Hmm.
there's obviously something shady going on
Oh
with
yeah,
between the house associations and the contractors.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now,
Anyway, that'll be interesting.
this I'm keen to try and get Glenn back on because he was a brilliant contributor. He
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
such, and we said we'd like to have him back, and he agreed. So we'll probably chat
yeah,
to him and see if he can come out because I've got a few questions about that, and
yeah.
he might be able to answer them. Specifically, homeowners association seems to me to be a bit like I wouldn't say a mafia, but it's like a
No,
very
yeah, yeah. People
oppressive
take it really seriously in
thing.
America, don't they?
Like you can't have your bins out, your fence has got to be a certain. I mean, it just, I don't know. it doesn't ring well for me, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
No, no.
I don't know.
On the subject of guests, um, Jane and I went to spent the afternoon with a Scottish couple who live here. Um, so Charlie, our Labrador, goes to socialisation class on a Friday, and he's got a little girlfriend there called Isla, who's a Cocker Spaniel, and they really enjoy each other's company and that. Anyway, so we got invited to their place, which is right in the centre of a decent sized town, and it's a massive, massive house of 4 floors. It's built into, or part of the house is built into what would have been the Bastide Wall.
Wow.
So, and apparently the basement or the carve is from the 14th century,
Wow.
and it's got like a stone spiral staircase that goes up through the centre of the house, and the flagstones are worn down and smooth. It's just amazing house.
Oh, I like it.
Anyway, the chap, who's the owner of Isla and owns the house, I knew that he was a musician, but it wasn't until I came home and actually Googled him. Oh, he's a proper musician.
Oh,
He's
right.
mate. He's probably got 25, 30 guitars up in his music,
No.
and he's played with everyone with uh, Van Morrison, and he's on the blues scene, and he's on the blues scene. He's really famous. I didn't know.
Crikey.
Yeah, what an interesting man. So he doesn't know yet, but I'm going to ask him if he wants to come and chat to us because
That'd be super interesting.
he's proper led a life.
Yeah.
He,
Well,
uh,
do you know
he
what? I
took
was
his
just
dogs out
thinking
for a
this the
walk,
other,
right?
I was thinking this the other day. The guests that we've
But,
had on all have led completely interesting lives that when we first met them or speak to them, you wouldn't know. I
but
mean,
no, yeah, it's
literally,
like Hugh being a croupier. What?
yeah, it's like all the guests have had such a and Andrea who did the
Yeah,
dog thing.
yeah,
That was amazing. That was superb as well. That life is just fascinating to hear about. So
yeah,
if you're watching it, oh, and Sean, don't forget Sean as well. You know, when he came on
yeah,
the last
yeah,
guest, he was brilliant. Again, just a interesting aspect on life is just amazing. So if you want to come on and you watch this show frequently, feel free to come on. And I think we'll get
yeah,
some comments below of people who have been on that it's not scary. It's just like a chat between friends. It's really easy to do.
yeah, it's easy. So, on a completely different and maybe controversial
Go
uh,
ahead.
or tangent. So, on your recommendation, I watched a film called Vice.
Oh yeah.
Christian Bale plays Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney.
Hmm.
Now, my understanding of that movie now is that Dick Cheney wasn't popular enough to be president, but he pretty much was.
Pretty much.
He pretty much was. So, if you believe, what was portrayed on the movie, Dick Cheney manipulated the Bushes to put George W. Into office and just manipulated him basically for a good war because he was or he had been the CEO of Halliburton.
Oh yeah. Halliburton is all. Do you remember the Horizon uh uh Deepwater Horizon, the rig that
Yes,
leaked? Well,
yes,
it was BP, actually Halliburton.
right,
And yeah, it was sublet to them. So it's
yeah,
portrayed as being BP's fault, but if you look into it, it's
yeah,
Halliburton. If you look into Halliburton, they'll probably get shut down after this.
yeah,
They are their web is worldwide, and
yeah.
they do everything that is really shady. Like they
They've got a a security team in Brittany. So I read.
Oh, really?
Was that in your doorway there?
Yeah. I don't want to get conspiracy theory on it. We've done an episode on that. It was quite funny.
Yeah, but
But no, just generally speaking, it's a massive company. And watch the film. I think if anyone, we did an episode on films as well, which was brilliant. But that was one of my recommendations, and not just for the fact that it's based on a lot of research, and these are top A class actors in there. It's not a YouTube video or anything like
okay,
that. It's a
yeah.
proper Hollywood movie.
Well, what was interesting as well was that there was lots of really well-known actors that did tiny cameo
Yeah.
parts, which is really, really good. And the whole, when you could almost call it a cabal of, Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, and a few others. They just manipulate the whole. I mean, you could even say that the entire Gulf War was down to them.
Oh, I mean, I would say most definitely looking at that.
Yeah,
And, it's just an epic performance by Christian Bale. He is one of the
yeah,
best actors. I
yeah.
mean, there's movie stars and actors, but he is a really
Yeah.
down, how can I put it? Like a
He's a
true
method actor, isn't
actor. He
he?
changes into the person you believe he's that. Because you then contrast him with the other stuff like what's it called? Le Mans 66 or Ford v Ferrari, depending
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
one
Yeah.
you watch. He's absolutely brilliant in that as well.
Mm.
Um, such a
What
good
was the movie where he lost all that weight? Was it
machinist.
Machinist? Yeah, not mechanic.
That
Yeah, yeah,
again is
Machinist.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
The movie and the way he plays it is brilliant. If anyone
Mm.
hasn't seen it, it's about a guy who works in a factory making
Mm.
parts for machines all the time. And then things start to go weird and he starts to see stuff and things start to happen. And it's just it's brilliant. And like there's another one as well. And I remember the name of it, Out of the Furnace.
No, I've not seen that.
It's very, very good. And he plays a similar sort of in the deep south, I guess. And he's Woody Harrelson's in it as well. And it's a really, really good movie.
Mm.
Absolutely brilliant. He tries to try and find out who killed his brother, and it's very, very good. But he's a brilliant actor. But going back to Vice, yeah, I would definitely recommend that to anyone who's watching, and you want to know about the politics behind the Gulf War and the Bush administration and all that sort of stuff.
Mm.
And
Because he actually got Dick Cheney actually got a legal team, not to change the law, but to take a view on the Constitution that says if because the president is in charge of everything, if the president does something, then it can't be illegal
yes, that's right. Yeah,
because he's in charge of everything.
it's brilliant. Just watch
Yeah,
the film. I mean, it's
yeah, and because he was vice president at the time, that meant that those powers also extended to him. So whatever he did was legal.
yeah. So I've had a couple of people text me or contacted me after the films or books that we've recommended,
Yes.
and they've said, "Brilliant, absolutely brilliant." And I really did enjoy the book one, so I think we might do another one of those. So
Yeah, yeah,
looking
sounds good.
forward
Yeah,
to
yeah. I mean,
see.
I've had loads of people ask me about. I say loads, a few.
Mhm.
People ask me about the tent the bucket of me after we did, the
Yeah.
book and the Kennedy.
In fact, one of our subscribers sent me a photo saying, "Look, I've just bought it." And,
Yeah, yeah, I've got one of them as well.
and it's super, super funny. And we had the
Yeah,
interview with the author as well, who's a very famous British actress. It's
yeah,
actor. Superb, superb. Right. Okay. So something interesting that's coming up very shortly is going to be the renewal of all those people who had the Brexit visa.
yes.
So that's mine
Oh,
included.
5 year. All those
Yeah,
people
it's going to
had
be
the five
next
year
year.
renewal. Yeah.
So you're going to have to register online to ANEF, I think it's called, and set an up account there and make sure you're registered with your prefecture so that you can, when it comes around, apply for your extension of your visa. Now, considering that if you lived here for 5 years and you either retired or have a job or a business, it's not going to be a problem getting it renewed. And the applications aren't open yet. And you'll be able to apply, I think it's 2 months before your visa is due to expire. And then you can apply. But it's all going to be done online.
Mm.
It's not all set up yet, so you're gonna have to wait probably a couple of months, maybe more, and
You know,
then
the
you
thing
can go.
that I found with certainly the French government websites, it's the key to it is getting your it's called France Connect.
Yeah, once you get that, you can hop
Yeah,
between
well, yeah,
sites.
exactly. Once you get that all sorted, because I tried doing it through getting the verification through La Poste.
Mm.
Uh, there's an app on my phone that I can that's through La Poste, and you can um, verify that you are who you say you are and sign into places on some websites with that, but not all of them.
No, no.
So yeah, so that's the key to it. Getting France Connect set
Mm.
up. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
And
that is, yeah.
and once you've got that set up and make a note of all your passwords and whatever, or maybe not make a note of it, but don't forget it basically because
I'd
it's a
like to do another reminder that there is the ability to use, is it France services? I'll look at that again, but it's the people who it's free and it's held in your commune or local area every week or every other week. You can go down with any paperwork you've got and they'll help you out.
yeah yeah.
We
There's
did, we
a
did a whole episode on it, so have a look back for that one.
there's a van actually that I've seen floats about and um, plots up in the Chabanais car park. I think once a fortnight or something like that.
Yeah. So if anyone's got any problem with paperwork, they're there to help you. It's like the Citizens Advice Bureau, but
Mm,
it moves between commune and commune. So
mm,
we share ours with the local town over, and it's in the town hall here, and then every other month or whatever it is, it's in the other town hall.
uh,
And you can just drive along, take your paperwork, and just say, look, what do I do with this? You're
mm,
probably going to have to speak French here. Where you
mm,
are, I think they probably have someone who speaks English, I would think.
mm,
So just go down there and ask them any questions you want and say, look, can I have help filling out this request, even planning permission or declaration préalable,
mm,
as we were discussing earlier. You can go down there and say, look, have I filled this form in correctly? And that's what it's all about. It's not whether what you're doing is right or wrong. It's have I filled this in correct or what do I need to do? And they'll help you out.
mm.
It's good service.
So just referring back to what we were talking earlier about looking at houses to buy. I wonder what the correct or polite protocol is of the amount of time that you got to spend looking around a house that you immediately know that you don't like when you walk in. Yeah. Should you
It
do the
depends.
entire house or should you just walk in through the front door and go, nah,
It
and walk
depends if
out?
it's just the estate agent or the owners are there.
Yeah. Well, the owners were there.
Uh, So I've
Um,
got, yeah,
we
and
did the whole house.
yeah, yeah. So I did exactly the
Right.
same when I was looking for my other house. I went to a place in Ruffec, which is not too far from
Yeah,
here.
it's not first 10 minutes, about 40 minutes.
And it was a massive house. It was huge. And looked in it, and they were sat in the kitchen, just around the kitchen table. And I walked in with the estate agent. I knew from the second I walk in, I am not buying this house. There's
Yeah.
just too much wrong with it.
Yeah.
Even for me, it would just take forever to do. And the estate agent knew it. I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
it. And she
Yeah.
didn't even say anything. She just went, "This is the kitchen. This is the blah, blah, blah." We just went really quickly around the whole house.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
to,
she went, "It's not for you, is it?" I went, "No." And she went,
yeah.
"Okay, I'll tell the owners." I said,
Yeah.
but you still be polite with them if they're there. You say the owners, you say
Of course.
bonjour and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be
Doesn't cost
polite.
anything to be polite, does it?
Somebody will want that house. It's just not you. So you just got to look at it like that.
Yeah.
If the estate agent is the only one there, I would just say to him, look, have you got anything else you can show me? Because this is just not for me. I'd rather spend the time looking something else.
Yeah.
Another thing with the estate agents is always ask, is there anything that's not on your site that hasn't come up yet?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, stuff that's only
That's
just coming that hasn't been listed.
that's how I found my house.
Mm,
But my estate agent said to me, "Look, I've got something coming on the books which uh, you know, isn't readily available. Do
mm.
you want to see it?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, of course."
One of the agents that we're in contact with sent us a listing of a property that had just come on. Mate, I tell you what, in the nicest way, it looked like a 1960s Russian institution.
Yeah,
It just looked like, I mean, if France is going to get bombed, you'd want to be in that house. That'd be the house to buy. Because it was all concrete and square box, basically, with little windows.
like a bunker above ground.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
amazing. I've got
mm,
so when I was looking for my house that I'm in now, this is 10 years ago. No, no, wait, more than that. 15 years ago now. I went with my dad and my then girlfriend and my mum to a house, and it was not too far from where I am now, but a British person had got it, and
mm.
he'd done it up himself, but he hadn't quite finished it. When I say he hadn't quite finished it, you go up the stairs, and then the whole top floor is completely open, but it was separated into rooms with clothesline and bed sheets.
Okay.
So in each of these sections with the beds separated by bed sheets.
Yeah. It was
And
saving up money.
he'd done the roof outside, and it wasn't great, and there was no capping on the roof, so it just overlapped one slate with another. And I know you can do that, but it's very rare now. It
Mm.
was old style. And he said, "Well, yeah, we're going to put a foss in, but it has to go across that farmer's field, or there's something that's got to go across the farmer's field. It might be the water supply." And it was about 200 meters to the end of the farmer's field, and I was thinking, I just do not. Anyway, so when we got there and look at it, my dad didn't even go in the house. He knew from the second he got there. He said, "No, it's all right. I'll wait outside. Thanks." So my mum and
Yeah.
dad waited outside, and I went in and looked around this, and I was just like, "No." He said, "Oh, but I've done the bathroom," and I went in, and I was like, "Wow, okay." And it was a plastic tray that's been put in, but the wall wasn't square, so it was a big gap, which was then filled in with an inch of silicon going down to nothing. And I was like, "You've done this, have you? This is all done." So, yeah, my dad was on it, and he just said, "No, it's not. I'm not going
Mm.
in."
Tell you
And I
what is a,
felt, I felt like I had to.
mm.
So,
Tell you what is a really good tip that I've just started doing actually. Every house that we look at that we like, I've asked the agent to send us the diagnostic, which they will.
if it exists, yeah, why not?
It exists, yeah, and you can learn so much. I mean, this what I was telling you about earlier. This house, it's about 800 meters from the river, and part of the diagnostic gives you the history of sinisters,
Floods and stuff.
insurance claims, and there's been floods at this house about every 6 or 7 years.
Mm.
So because it goes back to 1940. What? Any idea why it only goes back to 1949? I suppose the war, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Of course it was. Yeah.
What happened in the 40s? Man,
Tell me it happened.
can't
End
put
of
my
the
finger
30s,
on it.
start of the 40s. Yeah, big gaps. Don't know why. Um,
Brilliant.
yeah, so and there's a map in the diagnostic that tells you the limit of various levels of floods. So yeah, really, really interesting. And actually, the agent said this is the first house that we looked at yesterday. He said it's book. She said it's one of the only houses that she's ever come across that the diagnostic has got no electrical anomalies at all.
Wow.
So they've obviously spent a vast amount of money on the house,
Yeah.
vast amount. So yeah,
I didn't know. It's really interesting for people watching that you can get information on the flood and whether it's
oh
a
yeah,
flood.
yeah. I mean, it's seismic activity, it's radon gas
Mm.
levels in the area, and it really goes into vast amounts of depth.
But it's interesting because when you go look at the natural disasters like that,
Yeah.
there is a thing in France where, so, all right, this year's been, well, not this year, last winter was the
Yeah.
worst for flooding it's been in a generation,
Yeah.
at least, especially where I am, because I'm quite close to the river. And in fact, there's a little restaurant bar that was down by the river, and it is beautiful. I mean, the outlook on it, everybody goes there. It's just amazing. You're on the bend of a river,
Mm,
and you can sit and watch all the boats go by, and it's super beautiful. And it's right on the banks of literally on the banks of the river.
mm,
And the place has been flooded to a very high level in 1960 odd, 1980 odd, and then five times in the last 3 years or something like that.
mm, yeah.
Because the climate is changing so fast, so
Yeah.
quickly
So quickly.
that,
Yeah.
and he's just given up. He said, "No, I can't do it anymore. It's just not worth my money doing it." So it's left empty now, and it's all because it floods all the time.
Mm,
And the last time it happened this winter, it was upgraded to a national disaster.
yeah.
So when that happens in France, the state pays for everything. It's not your insurance,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's extra resources available and all that sort of stuff.
When I got sent a check for €11 by the French government,
For
because I've got 12,000 square meters of land, and the wet weather would have
mm,
affected the crops that I would have grown had I
yeah,
been growing crops. So
yeah.
yeah, sent me €11.
But if you imagine a farmer, then multiply that up by the land they've
Oh,
got,
of course, yeah, yeah,
that would be,
yeah,
really a big help.
yeah.
And I
If that's,
find France is really good at that. I mean, do you get the check energy?
yes, I do. Yeah, €262, I think, a year.
So every year, the government sends out a check of 250, €260 to put towards
Mm,
your electric bill
mm,
or gas. It's up to you.
yeah,
And that's free. You just get
yeah,
it from the government because of how difficult it is to live at the moment, or whatever cost of
yeah.
living, as you call it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really interesting.
I've used it to fill up my my gas tank. So it's filled up right to the top, and that should I have
But,
been staying here, that would have really helped
but crucially, I don't get it now.
because you've
Do you
got
get it?
two houses.
No, because I earn too much.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it is yeah. Well, when you're a
So,
pauper, like
well, yeah, if you're retired or of a certain age, you get loads of benefits.
yeah,
But that is interesting. One of the guys at work, he's 59
yeah,
and he was due to retire at 60, but
yeah,
apparently he's losing his head because he has to retire at 61. When I pointed out to him my retirement age in the UK would be 68, maybe
yeah, yeah,
70 when I
yeah,
retire,
yeah,
he was like, "Oh my God." And then I
yeah,
told him how much the state pension is, and he nearly passed out. Uh, so yeah, things are different here.
yeah,
Much more. And then as you get older in France as well, you accrue benefits. So you no longer pay for certain things. You don't pay as much tax, and tax from your disappears after a certain time. And there's all sorts of benefits that come your way as you get older, just to make life easier for you. And I think
sure.
that's the way life should be, to be honest.
But I mean,
You put your time in, don't you?
I've always said that I think the reason that the French state is like that is because they had a revolution.
Yeah, it's by the people, for the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I think that's at the root of all of this, social
mm.
cohesion there is in France.
But
Other than rights. Don't mention the rights. I do like a right, don't I?
oh well, yeah, because yeah, but the government knows if they do something wrong, they're going to get riots.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fair point. Yeah, it's a fair
Keeps them
point.
in check. And
Yeah,
you know what happened on 14th of July when it got out of hand?
Yeah.
They don't want that to happen, do they? So, yeah, it's interesting. The drought, then,
Yeah.
interesting.
So first, oh yeah, one of my customers, who's in Rosh Hashanah, um, uh, there's a hosepipe ban in. I think that's in Vienna actually. So there's a hosepipe ban there, and he's got a swimming pool, and I can neither confirm nor deny that he's been down there at 3 o'clock in the morning to
Top it off.
fill his pool.
So, when you say
Top his
hosepipe ban,
pool.
that is very much a British saying, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
For
hosepipe
all
ban.
those people who don't come from Britain, they probably don't even know what I'm talking
That's
about.
true. Yeah,
So
yeah. I didn't think of
in
that.
France, they have different levels, and you can go on, and there's a website where you can go on, you see what you can and you can't do. And
Yeah.
it's not just a case of a hosepipe ban. It's like, can you water your vegetables and fruit that you're growing? Yeah. Can you water your flowers? No. Can you
Mm.
wash your car? No. Can you
Mm.
do? I mean, there's a list of all the stuff you can and can't do
Although curiously, all the car washes are working.
because they recycle their water.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And at the moment, car washes are orange, I've seen. Well, depending what department, but I'm
Mm.
just going on by the ones I know.
Yeah.
And most of them are orange.
Yeah.
So that means you can go and do it, but if it gets any worse,
Yeah. That'd be it.
the,
Yeah. Yeah.
but car
Just
washes, most of them now recycle the water.
yeah. Just something quickly. Referring back to what we were talking earlier about the properties.
Hmm.
The agent was saying that because she sells property to French and English people, obviously. She was saying that sometimes the French are horrified if it's a house that British people have
Yeah.
owned and refurbished. They're horrified to see a toilet in the same room as the shower.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I've said this many times to you when you're looking at properties. When you show me the property, I say to you, that's British.
Yeah,
Somebody's done that up to a British style.
yeah,
What the British think a French countryside house in France would look like.
yeah. It's like a house in Surrey.
And yeah, it's like John Lewis. It's like a catalogue from John Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And you can spot them a mile off. And the
yeah,
French, well, they may buy them, they may not. I mean, who knows? But it's not how it would be in France, if you
yeah,
see what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah, so I can see exactly what you mean. It's
Yeah, it
different.
was fun.
It's different.
Yeah, it's like the use of B days as well. It seems to be a normal thing here, but no one, hardly anybody in the UK has got a B day.
No, no. In fact, here now as well, it's fading out. I don't see
Yeah,
many.
do you think? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
interesting, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So go on, go on.
No, I was just going to say that the house that we looked at yesterday morning, um, I think I may have just mentioned it, but on the diagnostic, it had zero anomalies on the electrics, and most of the houses that we looked at have had um, issues with bare wires around the linking meter. So you was going to say about the linking meter, there's changes afoot.
Yeah. So, right. For those that don't know, when you move to France, the chances are, but not always. In fact, I've got two houses, and this one I'm living in now, has got a linky meter, but the other one hasn't.
Hmm,
It's not because I don't want it. It's because it's a second home, and to get there while the engineer's there to fix it is a logistical nightmare.
hmm.
But
Especially,
I'm
right.
gonna I'm gonna live to regret that now because the price for all those houses that don't have a linky meter is going to increase.
But the price of,
Your monthly subscription.
oh, really? Okay.
So that's going to go up. They want everybody on the linky meter, and I can definitely see why. And I'm not going to get into the 5G linky meters give you smart meters give you, I don't know, a disease or whatever. It's not a conspiracy theory. They are genuinely a really good thing for you personally to have.
Mm.
And you've got one, I've got one, and you can do all sorts with them. And there's a specific part about it that everyone should embrace, and that is the fact that you can send your own power from solar panels or whatever back to
Yep.
the grid. And
If
that
only we knew
sounds,
someone that could do a video about it, that'd be
yeah,
useful.
yeah. Well, funny you should mention that. There is a video coming up on my channel where I've bought a cheap uh, online kit plug-in solar panels. Now, for people who don't know, I work in the solar industry and I fit massive systems, like really big ones, up to half a megawatt. And I've bought one of these to see what the result is. And I've
Mm.
can't plug it into my house because my house is completely off grid at the moment with solar panels anyway, so it wouldn't mean anything. So what I've done is we've moved over to my mum's house, who's got it's just a standard house, and we'll see the difference that it makes and whether it's worthwhile doing. So head over to my channel for the video on that.
Actually, just something occurred to me. So, what we've been looking at when we've been looking at houses that we should view or not, looking at is it called the DPE, which is the
Yeah.
energy and emissions, isn't it? It's on like a table A to G and
Yeah.
so on. It also gives you a range of power that you would be paying for. So it's
Mm.
it's a uh, it's a figure. So the expenditure on power would be between, for example, 1,500 euros to 2,700 euros.
Yep.
Um, would it be feasible to look at a house that's got relatively expensive figure like
Mm.
that, so 4,700 say, and say if I got six panels on there, would that bring it to a sensible figure?
That's a good question. And if you live in France, you ought to be doing something with solar.
Mm,
And that's just the way it is. I mean, it's free, it's easy, and it's available to everybody. If you've got a linky meter, you should be putting some kind of solar into your house for
mm,
sure.
mm,
And you'll see that on the video. It makes even just a couple of panels, which my mum's got, makes a difference. It really
mm,
does.
mm,
And if you've got something like a swimming pool, which you heat, or I mean, the list is endless. But basically, you need to get solar on your house. It's
mm,
so cheap nowadays to do
mm,
that it's really worth doing. I mean, not wanting to spoil the video or anything, but two panels, 1,000 watts, 360 euros.
mm,
And that will continue now forever until the panels give up which is likely 30 years,
mm,
or the microinverter that's on it gives up, which is similar kind of timescale. So that will continue forever.
mm.
And you can safely buy three of those kits.
Yeah.
Put, and the trick is to put them on east, west, and south. So two panels on each, and you get the sun the whole day.
I was reading that this guy had put down a reflective surface and then put the panels on top of the reflective surface because the panels um, have got the cells both sides.
Yep, they're called bidirectional panels.
You just made that up, didn't you?
No, it's true.
Okay.
And they are available, but they're expensive and then they're
Right.
completely pointless.
Yeah, I didn't. see the point of it myself, to be honest. But
No,
probably just me
not to
being
become confused with by there, which means two pieces. So you've got a top and a bottom on the panel. So the panel is, in fact, when you buy it, is cut in two.
right.
They do that to make it more efficient, and it really does work.
Mm.
But bifacial is different to bi. I don't know what the English word is, but by there, which
Yeah.
means
Balance.
two pieces, I
Mm.
guess, two glasses, two glass.
Yeah. Two glass. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. If you live in France and you're not plugging in the solar, it's got to be done.
Mm.
There's no reason not to. It's like 360 euros, like I say, for 1,000 watts in the
Mm.
middle of the day. Stick your washing machine on, it cuts the cost in half
Mm.
instantly. Uh, you'll see on my video that we compare the 1 week before and 1 week after with just with the two panels, and it takes. And I'll tell you this: you see in the video, 10 minutes from receiving the panels to setting them up
Yep.
and then producing electricity and putting it through the meter is 10 minutes, and anybody can do it. It's
I was
plug
just
and
going to
play.
say, yeah, probably 10 minutes for you, probably 10 hours
No,
for me.
no, you'll see it's all plug and play. There's nothing important. There's
A
nothing
bit like,
special.
a bit like, what's the Elon Musk internet thing with the satellite?
Starlink.
Starlink, there you go. I wanted to say Skynet. That's a slip, isn't
Well, it's similar, I guess.
it?
So yeah, go on. What are you going to say? Because
No,
I
no, I
want
was
to
just
talk
going to
about
say
it.
that, from what I've seen, setting that up is basically idiot proof, isn't it? It's just,
I've done it many times. So
yeah, I'm sure.
I'm in charge where I work. I'm not in charge. That's ridiculous. I'm the technician that does the complicated stuff. So
Yeah.
anything they've got that's super complicated, they'll say, Andy, can you just figure out a way to do this? Which I
Mm.
love. That's what love doing.
It's your thing,
And
man.
yeah. And they said, right, we've got this farm in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around for like trillions of miles, and it's got a massive solar setup. Can you make it work so we can see it on the internet? I said, yeah, no
Mm.
problem. What's the budget? What can we do? And all that. I said, just right, straight away, Starlink done.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, what do you mean? And now anyone watching this, if you're in France or in Europe, currently there's an offer on as well, which is really good.
Mm.
So before you had to pay 350, I don't work for Starlink, by the way. If I let you know that. So
We should be sponsored, though, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So if you want to send us like,
Yeah, a couple of sets, that'd be nice.
yeah, that'll be fine. But so there's an offer on at the moment. You pay £99 for the equipment up front. You have a
Yeah.
12-month engagement of €40 a month.
Yeah.
And that may seem, well, a bit expensive, I guess, because my fiber here is 30. But to be honest, if you don't have any access to anywhere,
Yeah, that's it.
fine.
Some friends of ours got a lovely place, probably 40 minutes from here. And they bought it last year, late last year. And they went into the Marie's office and said, when can we expect Orange to put fibre into the village? And it was, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
yeah. And so he just went, just get Starlink then.
yeah.
And it's basically um, stuck outside.
So
Yeah.
where I work is in the middle of the town, and there's no fiber, surprisingly, which is very
Yeah.
strange. So the boss said, "Look, I need you to put in a decent Wi-Fi internet connection so we can connect to all our remote sites of all the installations we do." I said, "Yeah, fine." All day long, that's Starlink, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't like Elon Musk and all that." I said, "Look, listen, Elon Musk doesn't care whether you take it or not. He's not going to be poorer or richer because you take it.
Mm.
What suits you in this situation is that." And we put it in. And the best thing is, I then shared it with next door, which is he owns a restaurant as well. So I put a Wi-Fi bridge in, and the restaurant is powered from that as well. And then I sent it across the town square, past the church, to a bar that he's bought, and it actually provides all the Wi-Fi for the bar, for the till, the client Wi-Fi as well.
It's an
Everything is
amazing
all,
amount of bandwidth, isn't it?
it's
It's
brilliant.
ridiculous.
It works really, really well. And so that
Mm.
all comes back to the same point. And then recently, one of the clients of one of our customers is the same sort of thing. And I put the Starlink in and I sent it 85 meters from the Starlink box to the where across the road
Mm.
to the where the solar panels are. There's 500 kilowatts. And then I sent it down the building to the end, 250 meters across the field through the trees to his house. So the whole farm, the building, and his house is all from one Starlink dish. And if you trace the route from the beginning of Starlink to where his house is at the end, it's well over three-quarters of a kilometer. You have to drive in a car to get from one end to the other, basically.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't
It's
it?
all through Starlink.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's brilliant. And there's no, if you just buy it, there's no contract for it either. So one
Mm.
month you've got it, and the next month you say I don't need it, and then
Mm.
that's it, done.
Yeah,
So I
it's
might
the
do a
future.
video on that. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I think it's the future,
Yeah. So
definitely.
definitely solar and Starlink are the way forwards, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So good. All right. Well, I've run out of stuff there now.
So another thing to think about is electric cars as well. They're more and more all over the place. So I work for a solar installation company, obviously,
Mhm.
and we are now getting so many calls on fitting charging points powered by solar for the car.
Right.
And it makes sense, obviously. If you can charge your car for free, then why not?
Yeah. So what about the scenario if you're having to charge your car overnight because you're working? So you'd have to store the electric, would you?
So that's interesting because I've just fitted a 50 kilowatt hour battery system, which is enormous for a house.
Hmm.
And you've got the solar panels on the roof. He's got a swimming pool and he's got what do you call it? Hot water powered by electric as well.
Mm.
And he's just gone on holiday. And for the entire time he was on holiday, for the swimming pool and the heating and everything, he's paid nothing. It's all completely free. So what he does is charges the batteries during the day with the solar,
Yep.
and then that runs overnight, and then charges again the next day. And
Mm.
that's way enough for his swimming pool, his hot water. And now he's come back from holiday this week. So what's happening now is he's charging off peak the batteries and he's using it on peak. He's using the batteries. So he only ever pays the off peak price.
Mm.
So he subscribed to the Tempo tariff. So at the moment, he's getting it at 12.88 centimes per kilowatt hour.
That's cheap as chips, isn't it?
So everything in his house now runs on that.
Mm. So the batteries, I mean, that sounds really expensive. So
Oh yeah.
say a 50 kilowatt hour
Oh mate, it's
battery.
insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's because he's got a high load. He's got two Teslas. He's got a swimming pool
Because
and
one's never enough, is it?
you need it, don't you? And then he's got electric hob, um, electric oven. That yeah, it's not too bad. So it all depends on what you've got. But for example, my house, which you'll see in an upcoming video, hasn't connected to EDF since the end of April.
Right.
So and I have an electric car. So
Mm.
it is possible to do, definitely.
Yeah, but you only live. you only worked down the road, didn't you? So that probably helps.
No, well, I'm not sure. I mean, because I don't just go to work and back, do I? I
That's
go
true.
other
Yeah.
places as well, obviously. Otherwise, my life would be
Yeah.
really rubbish. No, so
How
yeah,
to say,
definitely the
how to
regular.
say your life is rubbish without saying your life is rubbish.
But for example, in France, lunchtime is sacred,
Of course.
and I can tell you some stories. And one of my favorite is so the boss says, right, because I was working down by the lake, so they've got a lake and a house on the lake, and in it is well, as you'd expect, a kitchen and but there's a big fireplace and all this sort of stuff. And it was before I could really speak passable French, and I was sat in there and wondering what's going on. And there's a big kerfuffle at lunchtime, so we all sat down about quarter to one, something like that. And eventually, the boss turned around to me and says, "Are you okay to have your dinner without bread?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. Why?" He goes, "Well, we were just deciding whether to send someone to the bakery now to get some fresh bread." And I was like, "No, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's if you the lunch break is sacred
yeah,
because
cool.
I was working one time on a farm and I was on my own, working on my own, and there's no way I was going to get the job done before the end of the day if I didn't work through lunch. I
Mm.
went back and I said to the boss, like, we got it all done in the day, but I didn't have any lunch break. And he was like, "What?
You better
Why,
lay down in a
why,
dark room.
why didn't you go for lunch? What? I mean, what's wrong with you?" Kind of
Yeah,
thing. And I was
yeah,
like, just want to get the job done. And he went, "Well, you just do the rest tomorrow. I mean,
yeah,
it's not a problem. You have
yeah,
to go for your lunch."
yeah, of course.
Like today, is really funny. Today I was putting in a system. So some guys bought a house, and the house is isolated. There's not much around there, and he hasn't got a connection to the grid. So he spoke to the boss, and the boss gave him a Devi, and he said, "Look, we can put you in a temporary supply, and it consists of batteries, 10 kilowatt hours of batteries, and all this sort of stuff." So I went down there, and what I actually did was I made it on a board in the office, well, in the workshop, all done, and all we had to do was go and mount it and then connect it in. So we did that, and it got to about midday, and there was about probably 15 to 20 minutes of stuff left to do, and then we could finish the job.
Mm.
The boss was with me, and he went, "Oh no, we're off for lunch." Went down the restaurant, had a beer, had lunch, three courses. Come back. That's good. That's good. And I'm like, the English mentality is just get it done, get it finished, get back to and that's it. It's done. The
Yeah,
difference is like night and day.
yeah. When I first started working down here in Charente, one of the first jobs I did was to build this arbor for this really nice couple. They had moved down from Paris. They had a couple of horses. They was in the Paris suburbs. They had a couple of horses, and so they bought like a farmhouse sort of place with a couple of paddocks. And but they didn't have a decent shelter for the horses. So they said, "Can you build one?" I said, "Yeah." So uh, yeah, built this thing. So I was there about 4 days putting this thing together. And first day I got there, and I'm digging the holes to put the four corner posts in, and got to, got to 12 o'clock, and the fella came out and said it's 12 o'clock. I said okay. So went went to my car. I
Yeah.
got my car. I had a little packed lunch with my cheese sandwiches in it, and he came over. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm eating my sandwiches." I was thinking he was going to say, "Can you get back to work?" You
Yeah.
know, which thing you are? Anyway, he said, "Sandwiches." I said, "Yeah, cheese sandwiches." He went, no, 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 no.
No, no, no.
And
Absolutely.
he said, "You come with me, come with me." And the fella was I can't remember what he I think he may have worked for Enidis or something like that. Something like, yeah, I think he may
Yeah.
have worked for Enidis. But his wife was a retired teacher. She was of Algerian descent, and he said, "Right, you come." And we went and sat at this great big table, and there's food, and there was this big tagine in the middle of the table,
Yeah.
and she pulled the lid off it. It's all steam coming off it. Big lumps of beef in it,
Oh,
with all the like spices and stuff. You could,
yeah.
the smell from it's fantastic. And so she got some of this on with some saffron rice and put it on my plate like and this beef is just falling apart. And it turned out I asked her what sort of beef it was, and she said it's cheek because
Oh, okay.
I had to Google Translate it because I didn't understand what it was. So yeah, it's cheek, and yeah, who knew? And yeah, this stuff was just falling apart. And she said, "Oh, do you want some Pinot?" I said, "I don't know what that is," because
Ah,
I hadn't been here for that long. And she said, "Oh," and she explained that it's like a fortified wine, so
similar,
it's
similar to
wine with a
sherry.
cognac uh, added to it. So it's about 17% normally. So
Hmm.
you have a taste of it. Sorry, what was you say?
Well, I was just going to say it's like sherry, I guess.
Yeah, very similar to sherry. Yeah, and so she poured some of this out. I had a taste. Went, oh, I like that. That's really nice. So I came home and told Jane about it, and we rushed out and got a bottle. And we
The
haven't
rest
looked
is
back.
history.
I think we've probably kept the Pinot business alive in the
Well,
northernmost south of France.
funny you should say that when I came down to you and we are doing some work in your bathroom. Videos are available on both channels. Um, I got introduced to Pinot and I was like, wow, this is really nice stuff.
Yeah.
And I like both the red and the white. It's really
Mm.
good. And in fact, I had a Pinot this evening. I
There you
found
go.
it in a local supermarket, but
Oh,
they
did
don't
you?
have red. They only have the white.
Right, well, okay.
And oh, it's brilliant. And yeah, definitely try that if you're in France because it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Not
this,
quite
this
as good
one.
as absinthe.
Oh, mate.
You
Yeah.
ever tried that? Yeah.
You got to be careful of that, mate. I tell you.
You
Yeah.
know,
We had, we had some family over a few weeks ago, and I broke out the absinthe at the end of the night, and we smashed into the absinthe. And to be honest, the last thing that I remember was laying face down on the grass, looking at the blades of grass, going, "Oh, they're pretty." And that was it. And apparently, well, I woke up in bed the next day, and I didn't remember anything after looking at these blades of grass. Nothing. It's completely blank to me.
I remember coming down, and then you obviously got the tiki bar there, and yeah, sat there, and you're like, so I've got these spoons. Can you explain what they do? The
Yeah. So absinthe is a very strong spirit. It's normally around 60 to 70% alcohol,
what does it
ABV.
taste of? What's it?
It tastes of aniseed,
Mm.
and the traditional way to drink it is to put some in the bottom of a glass. You've got these silver or stainless steel spoons that you put a sugar cube on, and then you drip cold water onto the sugar cube, which then goes into the absinthe. It had a reputation. In fact, it got banned for quite a long time. It's only, I think, in the early 80s that it was unbanned. Um, it's made with the bark of from the wormwood tree, and they think that in like the Victorian times or the French version of the Victorian times, in the distillation process, it was corrupted in some way, and people were just going bananas on it. And so I think that's one of the reasons it got banned. But The issue is that it tastes quite sweet, and it doesn't taste how strong it is.
You can drink it all day long
You
until
can't
you
drink it all
can't.
day long, believe me.
I've tried as well. Well, you tried to make me, yeah, yeah. I know it's good.
Happy days.
Absolutely,
So I'm told. Can't
definitely. I've never
remember.
tried it until I went to your tiki bar.
Yeah,
If anyone hasn't seen the tiki bar, definitely look at that. It's a brilliant, like, few videos on how you build
yeah,
the
yeah,
tiki bar, and it's for your brother as well. And
yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant. And people have donated it, and there's a little plaque in there who's donated, and
yeah. It's
it's
brilliant.
really good,
Yeah,
really good.
brilliant. Oh dear, but yeah, but no, it's bad stuff. In fact, I think I went about 4 days after that episode. Drinking the absinthe and looking at the grass close up. About 4 days going, I'm never going to drink again. So yeah, 4 days. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot.
Yeah,
How's it going
yeah.
now?
Well, yeah, I'm never going to. Well, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Come and move to wine. Everybody's got, come and move to wine. That's a Freudian slip, isn't it? Come and move to France because, look, now this is, let me see that. Really
yeah,
blowing that. That
yeah,
is a 2019 Bordeaux. So that's a 6-year-old Bordeaux. That cost me €4.
yeah. We should do a whole episode on that because it's crazy,
What we
really.
should do actually is try and find someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
Ah,
Um,
yes. If anyone knows anything about wine, and
yeah, get
well,
a sommelier in or something.
if they do, they have not looked this far into this episode. So maybe on the beginning of the next episode, we should maybe
Yeah, that's a good idea.
ask for that.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, yeah, we should try and find a sommelier and talk about wine.
Hmm. I may know someone actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, possibility. Because the bar that I put the Wi-Fi in,
Oh, of course.
my boss with my neighbor actually has bought it. There's someone in there that does wine tasting evenings. I just got to figure out if they speak English or not. So we'll see.
Mm,
We'll see.
mm. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Because I mean, wine and cheese. The funny thing is, uh, Jane doesn't like wine, and she's not a big fan of cheese. So I told her should have moved to Spain.
So she likes ham. And it's interesting because my other half said the cheese in France doesn't have much taste to it.
Well, that's the thing about, yeah. I mean, a lot of French food is, dare I say, not bland, but it's not as
Not
fiery.
spicy, is it? Not spicy,
Yeah, not spice. No, don't. They do flavour.
but they don't do peak. Yeah.
They
In
do
fact,
flavour.
if you're this far on in this video,
Well done.
oh,
Round of
amazing,
applause.
amazing, well done. But I went to the shop the other day and they've got a range of crisps, and one of them is honey and mustard. And I said to the woman
Yeah,
who in the counter, "Is that any good?" She went, "Don't like mustard. It's too spicy."
yeah.
I'm like, okay, but
Just
like
quickly,
spicy stuff.
there's a channel that there's a YouTube channel that stopped making videos. It's called Lost in Ohio,
Oh
right?
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
Lost in Ohio, and the funniest channel. So they would try different foods in that, and I sent them a few bits from the UK. I sent them something called Gentleman's Relish, which is like an anchovy paste.
yeah.
A big spoon of that. I sent them a jar of Marmite. He had a big spoon of that. I sent him some Coleman's mustard powder. That
Oh,
was that was a revelation for him.
I bet. I bet that blew his head off.
Yeah. And when we moved to France, I sent him um, a can of tripe.
Oh,
Yeah, Normandy tripe. So yeah, they weren't a big fan of that either. But
I can imagine. I'm not.
yeah.
Anyway, I guess we should wrap it up.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So that was the time just goes ridiculously. I don't know how that happens. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And if you made it through to it, well done. Well done, you.
Oh,
So if you'd like to give the video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Press the notification bell so that you know when there's new content. And share it on your socials. Maybe think about subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And all that leaves to say is goodbye from me.
it's goodbye from him.